Welcome to the Chiefs Way. Now mash that subscribe button or drop and give me 50!
Hey YouTube, I just bought a couple new batteries recently during the Black Friday sale. So I got them for a better price than that. That's what they are now. But it's the WattCycle 12 volt 300 amp hour mini batteries, and we're gonna get a closer look at them. But I had ordered two and one came in damaged. So the reason I'm doing the video is I didn't see anybody look at what the internals are on this, and since this came in damaged, basically the top was popped off, right? It's off, just loose, and then there's like a bracket over here that's bent, and there was some damage to some board in there, and you'll see it when we get to there. Will did a real good, Will from DIY Solar did a real good breakdown on the 100 amp hour one, but not the 300. So I'm gonna put that video in the description so you can look at that, because this one's pretty much the same on the inside, kind of as build quality, but it's just bigger. You know, it's got bigger cells and it's got a 200 amp BMS. I got a hold of customer service right away, and they were real good. They gave me three choices. One, I could have repaired the damaged battery myself, and they would have sent me a free 100 amp hour battery. Option two was to get a full refund, and they would send me a free 50 amp hour battery, or I can get the replacement. If it was just that the top was popped off, I would have gone with this, repair and got a free 100 amp hour battery. But since there was actually damage to the interior, meaning it took a pretty good thump, I'm going with the replacement option. They've sent me a return label. I'm going to return it and get another battery. So let's go take a look at the box it came in. Here's the box it came in. You can see there was some damage in this corner and over here on this one too. So that's where I think the damage was. I have a feeling that the box was upside down when it was like dropped, and the internals of the battery, being upside down, was forced downward, and basically ran into the top of the battery cover, bent that bracket, and just popped that battery cover right off. It was probably, it was more hit on this edge. That's why there's that damage there. So it's gonna go back in this box. I'll just tape up good where that damage was. So let's get a look at the battery itself. Okay, so here is a 100 amp hour battery, and you see they're almost the same length. This might be a hair longer and a little bit, this is sitting up higher because of the top. That's that busted top I was talking about. But you see, this is 3 times the power, but it's not much bigger than your 100 amp hour battery. So let me get that Wheeze battery out of the way, and we'll get a closer look at what's on the inside of this WattCycle battery. Okay, first of all, they got these like rope handles on either side, which this is pretty heavy. I think it's like 40 something pounds, or even more than that. I think the shipping weight, in the box is like 59 pounds. So this is probably over 50 pounds. Okay, so it's got nice handles that you can really pick it up, and they just like fold back down and lay along the side. So let's get a look on the inside here. Okay, see, here's what it's supposed to look like. Here's a normal bracket on this side, and if you look down there, you can see a Phillips head screw, which is holding this whole center section to this outer bracket that's part of the case. Well, on this side, you can see that, you know, this bracket is all bent, and if you see if we can get some light in there, you can see that the screw is busted off and missing, and the threaded area underneath is gone too, so that you know, the threaded insert is missing. And the reason this won't close right now is because of this being bent. The top won't fit down in there correctly. But, and you can see over here, let me turn this battery around so we can get a look at it from this side. There, that's much better. You can see the damage here and here, and on top of this one cell there's some damage, and you can see over here that the cells yeah, right here are sitting kind of on a different level now. I mean, the battery seems to where I checked the voltage, and the voltage was good, but you know, because it took a good thump, I wasn't going to repair it myself. You know, I was going to go ahead and just get an exchange. It says a 200 amp BMS, and you can see it's got quite a bit of heavy cable in there in order to, you know, handle that current. Okay, and this would be where your balance lead hooks up. Okay, and you see that it's glued in place so it won't come loose. And also right here, this is going to be your, you know, your low temperature, you know, cutoff, which I'm not sure really where that goes. It goes up under here somewhere. It might come over. That's what this might be here. This might be where the low temperature is, where that damage is. But you can see it has hard bus bars that are, you know, you can see they're spot welded. If you go to Will's DIY, you know, solar channel, and I'll leave that link. If you look at that, this is just a bigger version of their 100 amp hour. So he takes this all apart so you can see the whole thing and gets it out of the case. You can see how these brackets too work then when he takes it all apart. I'm not going to disassemble any of this, okay, because it's got to go back. But since it was already open coming out of the box, I wanted to show you the interior. So like I said, I think this was up, the box was upside down, so when it got thumped, this all interiors went down, ran into these, you know, bolts here where the terminals are, and that's what this damage is, and this damage. And then this hit the top in here in between and bent it, and it caused you know, the bolt to break and stuff, and the whole interior to shift. And you know, that force popped the top right out. You see around the edge there's like some black adhesive that was you know, in there down in this channel holding it in. But all that force of this heavy battery hitting that top just popped it right off. Okay, so so far the other battery that came that was in, you know, was in good shape. It's you know, hooked up and working great. So I just gotta get this one boxed up after this video and shipped back so I can get my so they can ship me a new battery. So if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.